a double team block 50 more times than any other player since 2017, despite being retired for 2 years.
Good player. Good player.
He's all right. Okay, now back to Josh Allen. Sorry, in case you missed this, Josh Allen talked about what he's looking forward to as we approach training camp.
I don't think my brain stops thinking football, to be honest. So you try to get away and get it off it as much as you can and really enjoy your time off. But constantly thinking about it, constantly thinking how I can be better. And I'm just excited to get back on the field here soon. And July 28th is our report date. And get things in full swing here soon.
Dan, you've been enjoying your time off too, as you should. But when Allen and new head coach Joe Brady get back on the field together, what do you be watching for?
Who are they? What's the identity of this offense? So that's one of the calling cards of this group since they've been together is like there's a niche that they have before everybody else. If you remember in 2024, it was 6 offensive linemen. In 2025, it was the use of multiple tight ends, often 3 of them on the field. This is a team now that has 5 wide receivers: Khalil Shakir, DJ Moore, Josh Palmer, Keon Coleman. They drafted Skyler Bell in the 4th round. So there's a lot of wide receivers on this team now, but there's still those tight ends. I just want to see who this offense is going to be identity-wise. What's the thing that they're going to lean on more often than not?
Yeah, Boog on yesterday's show was pointing out just how much pressure Joe Brady is under because of the expectations, potentially, right? I hadn't thought about it that way, but when he said it, I'm like, yeah, you fire
more than anybody.
Right, a really good coach in Sean McDermott is gone. He's got to step up in a big way. All right, we're just getting started on NFL Live. One of the league's best safeties, Kyle Hamilton, joining the show later. Hear his thoughts on Jesse Minter's addition to the Ravens. And as we count down to training camp here on NFL Live, Adam Schefter is bringing us his take on some of the biggest storylines of this NFL offseason. Today, Adam provides a closer look at Patrick Mahomes' return from injury.
It's not often that the world gets to see a superhero wounded and mortal, but it happened last season, 11 days before Christmas, when Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes went down and struggled to get up.
Mahomes is hurt. Mahomes is grabbing his leg. He's hurt.
Immediately put his hands behind his left knee.
It turned out that Mahomes had suffered the most significant injury of his legendary career, a torn ACL and torn LCL, and he underwent surgery the next day. Since then, Mahomes has attacked his rehab the way he usually attacks a defense.
Mahomes magic. Patrick Mahomes is incredible today.
I've never seen that before in my life.
The Chiefs have said their quarterback is, in their words, way ahead of schedule. The NFL is counting on Mahomes, scheduling him for the opening Monday night game of the season against the Denver Broncos.
I'm in a good spot now compared to where some people thought, but I thought I was going to be here. Hopefully that gives me the chance to be ready to be able to go out there and play with the guys week 1 at Arrowhead.
With the way Mahomes has looked during off-season workouts, it's hard to think he won't be playing that opening night. But the bigger and more relevant question actually is, how effective will he be? And no one today, not Mahomes, nor Andy Reid, nor the Chiefs' medical staff, can provide an accurate answer, other than it's not realistic to think that early on, Mahomes would be anywhere close to 100%. He might be back that Monday night versus Denver, but it's hard to think he'll be back to normal. Just not yet.
All right, so Mina, along with questions about Mahomes' health, the other unknown is how this offense will change. The Chiefs have brought back Eric Bieniemy as OC, but how important is he to the success of this offense?
I think he's integral. I mean, the Chiefs' big move on offense, really their only big move, was adding Kenneth Walker. They had the least explosive run game in football. They added one of the most explosive backs in the NFL. Now he joins an offense that faces the most light boxes in the league, runs behind an offensive line with a very strong interior, high ceiling depending on how tackle position shakes out. The ingredients are all there for a really good run game, but I think the recipe has to change. And we've been talking about this forever, right? This iteration of the Chiefs' offense, the run game is very shotgun heavy. A very heavy dosage of RPOs. Kenneth Walker can run out of the gun. You saw that in Seattle. But I think to get the most out of him, where he can just one cut, explode, less bouncing, you need to run him from under center. Then you can play action off of that. So Eric Bieniemy joins this team from Chicago. That's where he was last. We just talked about how good that under center outside zone run game is. Him and Andy Reid have to evolve this run game, especially, by the way, given Patrick Mahomes' injury, because the run game, what I think, is what they're going to need to lean on early on.
Yeah, Mina, answer this truthfully, and I want you to give me an answer. Out of the contenders in the AFC, teams that we put in a group that, like, hey, you're a contender, and the Chiefs are in there because of the head coach and the quarterback, is there a lesser talented offensive group than the Chiefs? Out of true contenders?
Of the contenders? No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty jarring thing to think about when it comes to teams that we sit there and say, yeah, you could win a Super Bowl. We wouldn't be surprised if you're in the playoffs and having a legit chance to make a run. And so with a question mark at left tackle, with a question mark at right tackle, Travis is still Travis, but he's obviously in the near end of his career. Really question marks at wide receiver 1 and 2. When it comes to the consistency and the reliable element of this offense, this is a very flawed offensive football team that gives us way more questions than answers. Can Eric Bieniemy and will they call and design an offense that does not rely on the best quarterback in football? Because that's so abnormal to think about it from that regard. We want the best quarterback on the planet to do less. That's my question, MK.
But you're saying that, Mina, he's saying that because you think he's not going to be healthy enough?
I think it's a health thing.
Yeah.
I think it's a talent thing. I just,
It's
you
too
can't be
much.
one-dimensional.
It's too much. Even the run game being so tied to the RPOs, like mentally, it's like Patrick, every freaking play has to make that. And sometimes, he chose pass maybe a little too much.
Sure.
But like, part of the reason why I think Dan and I agree this run game has to evolve is you got to take some of this off the quarterback, right? Like every play can't be that way. So I think Bieniemy has a huge opportunity. Remember, we used to talk about him as a head coaching candidate. If he can come back and help this run game evolve, he's got the pieces to do it. Walker's a great back. I think that is so important for the Chiefs this season.
It's the simple concept of less is more. That's this. And it's take the ball out of the quarterback's hands. Again, which sounds outrageous, but I do believe it's what's best for this offense over the course of the season.
Yeah, okay, and you guys are talking about even at times Mahomes running the football too much. Mahomes had nearly a quarter of the Chiefs' rushing yards and had a third of their rushing touchdowns last year. I mean, there were times that
he was the leading rusher for most of the season.
Right, and we've joked about it for years, like it's kind of funny when he starts running the ball, but he's been relatively effective doing it at times. It shouldn't be all that.
Correct. It's been trending that way.
All right, so check this out, you guys. Legendary running back Chris Johnson announced last month that he has ALS, and he's bringing back the Ice Bucket Challenge to raise money for the cause, posting a video of his daughter taking part in the challenge. And then yesterday, Saints legend and ALS advocate Steve Gleason, who's been fighting the disease for over 15 years, he took the challenge again to support Johnson. So you just see the support rolling in from everywhere, and a lot of people taking on the Ice Bucket Challenge for ALS awareness and to raise money.
Yeah, I've got a dear friend, Chuck Haberstroh's mother. They lost to ALS. They started Lou Gehrig's Day in baseball. To see Chris, we played against Chris, to see him in that state was jarring and shocking. So the more people that learn about ALS, what it is, the more that we can raise funds to figure out a way to attack it, let alone cure it. We're all behind Chris, and we're certainly all behind the Ice Bucket Challenge, more and more people doing it.
Yeah, definitely. That's well said, and certainly sending our best to Chris and his family. Coming up next, are Jayden Daniels and the Commanders poised for a big bounce back this season? We'll hear why Dan thinks someone else is the key to it all getting back on track for Washington's offense. We're talking about breakout offenses and defenses on today's show, and we'll be right back.
Feud is about to be a battle of two Goliaths. Back-to-back Emmy Award-winning for Daily Show, the NFL Live Crew.
We studied, we prepared, and we came here to kick some butt.
Detroit Lions.
Wow. Jimmy, history with them?
I've got 2 stints there. Some say I made a Hall of Fame receiver there. Some people.
Connor just handed a note to Dan instead of the normal handshake.
Yeah, it says eat food.
I'm going to go with LeBron James.
Yeah. Who's the most famous athlete on earth right now?
Speaking of Ivy League, we'll talk about the Ivy of the Midwest, Michigan, and go with Tom Brady, a Michigan man.
Let's go, Chef Dean.
Ask me the question. I'm ready.
Is Brett Favre up there? Yeah! Hot dogs for the win, potentially. Survey says it's over. Congratulations.
Coming to your house, take your trophy money. Thank you.
I gotta say, it never gets old. I'm so proud of us for that. Yeah, come on. We heard there's gonna be a rematch, but then there's a no follow-up on that, so stay tuned. If you enjoyed watching us win Feud, check this out. Celebrity Family Feud premieres tonight at 8 p.m. on ABC, and will feature AFC versus NFC Super Bowl champions as we continue to count down to Super Bowl 61 on ESPN and ABC. Here is a sneak preview.
Monty, how you feel, man?
I feel real good.
Good to have you here, man.
Yeah.
Y'all get in the huddle. Y'all ought to know how to do that. Yeah. Why would I have to tell them to get in the huddle? Armani, we ask 100 million. Your boss wife keep winking at you at the holiday party. What do you do?
Have a conversation.
Okay. Armani, when you say have a conversation, what kind of conversation?
I'm just saying, maybe she's winking because she has something in her eye. Maybe she's winking because I don't know what she's winking.
You need to know what's going on.
Exactly.
Yeah, you wink in your eye. You good? Yeah. Have a conversation with her.
Oh, goodness. I will say, look at us. Mina, I felt like there were many times during our time playing Family Feud against the Pat McAfee show group, we were second-guessing ourselves, because we were like, oh, man, what's the survey going to say? But then we were right, so.
The only one that was tricky was the animal.
No, that was the easiest one.
Yeah.
Panthers was in there.
So many options, though, for animals.
Okay, good point. Yeah, well, either way, by the way, if you have not seen this, our win against them, It's on YouTube, and the show in entirety is hilarious. So I would recommend it. It was a fun time.
We had a great finish.
We did. It came down to the wire. Thank you, Brett Favre. There were some doubters of Brett Favre. There were some people, Dan, saying I should have said Drew Brees instead.
You're out of your mind. I said Brett Favre. I can't believe you just did that.
Fine. Okay, fine. All right. Get a look at the teams with the largest. Dan is so mad right now. The largest increase in wins last year. These teams really breaking out and having a strong season. Patriots, of course, tied the NFL record with a 10-win increase, and only the Jaguars failed to win at least one playoff game among this group. So this got us thinking about some breakout teams. For this upcoming season, let's turn our attention to that, starting with offenses. So, Mina, which offense in the NFL do you think could break out this year?
I'll take a layup here, the Chargers. I don't know if there's a single person in the NFL who's having a better offseason than Omarion Hampton, their lead running back. Think about his situation now. Hopefully, the offensive line is actually healthy. You get Rashawn Slater and Joe Alt back. I know, knock on wood and all of that. But on the top of that, they added Charlie Kolar, blocking tight end, Alec Ingold, heavier bodies, and then perhaps most importantly, one of the best run game designers alive right now in Mike McDaniel. I mean, even last